When it comes to summer, there's nothing like a good barbecue. And if you're going to a party and you've got a smoker like this, everybody expects you to bring something. So today I'm gonna show you one of my favorite barbecue party favors, and that is smoked shotgun shells. Now, I've already done a video on this in the past and it's gotten hundreds of thousands of views and you guys loved it. So today we are going to recreate that and we are going to enhance that and make it an even better recipe than it was before. So stick around because you're not gonna wanna miss these smoked shotgun shells. So a couple months ago, I made these smoked shotgun shells and everybody loved them. I took them to a party across the street for a 40th birthday party, huge hit. Now, I posted the video and I got a ton of comments, people giving suggestions, people trying them, telling me how great they were. And I learned from my first time making them, and I learned from some of the comments that you guys have given me that we could make this even better. So today, I have stepped up my game and we are gonna get down and dirty with some shotgun shells. Now let's get at it. So for these smoked shotgun shells, we have 2 pounds of fresh ground sausage. Now in my first video, you guys knocked on me for using Bob Evans sausage. I actually went and got some fresh from an Italian market local to me. That is some fresh Italian sausage. One of the other comments that I also received was maybe you should parboil these. So I actually boiled these for 90 seconds at a hard boil, strained them, and they're ready to go. And I can tell you now, they already feel a little bit better than they would have without it. Now I have 8 ounces of cheese. You can pick any cheese that you want. I decided to go with the taco blend. It's got a few different blends of cheeses, and it also has that seasoning. I think it'll pair very well with that sausage. And I also got some bacon. Now in my first video, I used some cheaper store brand bacon, and it just didn't work very well because it was so thin that it was tearing apart. So I got some good thick cut bacon this time, and we also got us some cream cheese. We're gonna mix that into the sausage mixture this time, something that we didn't do last time. And I got a ton of comments about stuffing the shells and using a piping bag. So I've got a gallon Ziploc bag. I actually thought of this immediately after finishing the previous video, that man, there's gotta be a better way. I should have used a piping bag. So we've got a couple gallon zipper bags. We're gonna be using those today to pipe them in. It's time to get down and dirty and start mixing some of this up. Now, we've got our 2 pounds of sausage. I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese. Now I let this sit out just a little bit to soften because I want it to mix easily with the sausage. We're gonna dump that down in there. We also have 8 ounces of this taco cheese. We're gonna dump the whole thing in. We're also gonna be using some of the Suckle Busters Texas Pecan Rub today, and I'm gonna go ahead and just drizzle some of that in the meat right now. And it's time to get down and dirty. We wanna mix this up. We want this sausage, we want the cream cheese, we want this taco blend cheese to all mix in nicely. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks like it's mixed in there pretty well. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna get it into my gallon Ziploc bag. We're gonna start piping this into those manicotti shells. Now what you wanna do is you wanna take a look at the manicotti shell itself and see the size of the opening. We don't wanna cut too large of a chunk out of the corner of this bag because if we do, then it won't pipe in correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice that. All right, so now we're gonna pipe those in with this bag and we're just gonna squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. And you have to be careful because now that these manicotti shells are softened, they're gonna have a tendency to break. All right, so there we go. We're gonna keep piping these in. All right, you've seen me do a couple. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these done and then I'm gonna show you the next steps. So now that we've got these stuffed, I can tell you right now that the piping bag definitely makes things easier, but because I boiled them for 90 seconds ahead of time, I will tell you right now that they do break a little bit more often. When I did them the first time without boiling them, I did not break one, but this, I probably cracked about 1/3 of them. But if you're very careful, you don't actually break them completely. And once we wrap them with bacon, that crack isn't gonna mean anything. So now it's time to wrap them in bacon. So this time I got myself a better quality bacon. What I will say is with this recipe, with the amount of ingredients that I used, I ended up getting 22 stuffed manicotti. I'm assuming about 1 slice of bacon is going to work for each. And basically what I want to do is make sure that the noodle itself is covered with bacon. I find that it helps if you give the bacon just a little tug so that it stretches out a little bit, but you don't have to do it too much. So there, you could see just like that. And because we parboiled these and because the fat from the bacon, as it renders down, it will continue to soften these shells, and these will make for a delicious, delicious treat. There's no sense in you watching us wrap these. You see, you get the picture. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and I'll see you as soon as we're ready for the next step. But here we have it. We have these shotgun shells. They are completely covered up with bacon. You could see they look great. I'm gonna use some of my Suckle Buster's Texas Pecan. We're gonna be using that to season up these shotgun shells. And I'm going to get all sides. Shotgun shells are seasoned up. They are looking great. It is time to get them on the Camp Chef Apex. We've got it set to 275. Let's get it done. All right, the Camp Chef Apex is up to 275 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and get these shotgun shells moving. Now, we aren't cooking to time. They should take roughly around an hour at 275, but we are looking for internal temperature. I'll show you in a little bit. I'll be using my thermopen. We're using that to check the temperature on these shotgun shells. Now, just before they are done, we're gonna get some barbecue sauce. I've got some Tabasco honey barbecue. I'm gonna be using that on these to glaze them up and to give them a nice sticky finish. As you can see, we've got this grill loaded up 275 degrees on the Camp Chef Apex. Let's get this thing shut, and I will check in with you in a little bit and show you exactly what these are looking like. We're sitting at about an hour into this cook on these smoked shotgun shells, and I'm gonna tell you what, the bacon is crisping up nicely. These are soft, they look great. So we're gonna check the temperature here. I'm really not too worried about it. We just need to make sure that we cross that 160 degree mark, because that is where ground pork is safe. We have to make sure that we hit that 160. So let's check it. We're at about 175, so we are in the clear. Got some of the Tabasco honey barbecue sauce. We're gonna glaze these up. Now, I'm just going to take this and squirt it onto each of these shotgun shells in a strand like that. I'll do it one row at a time. I'm gonna take my brush then. We're gonna brush that in. Now, with this sauce, all we really want to see it do is get sticky. We want it to caramelize, thicken up a little bit, and get sticky. Now, the Camp Chef Apex did a great job maintaining temperature throughout this cook. The surface of this thing cooks very evenly, which helps when we have a grill full of stuff like this, because the last thing that we want to do is burn half of them and leave the other half undercooked. No problems with that, though, today. We're gonna give these about 10 more minutes or so, let that sauce set up, and it'll be time to get them out and give them a try. These shotgun shells are ready to try, and let me tell you what, they look delicious. Now, I just cut one, and I can tell you right now that that manicotti noodle, after doing a 90-second pre-boil, it is so much softer that you can cut right through it. There's no crunchiness, there's no al dente, nothing like that. But None of that matters until we give it a try. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's give it a try. Wow, night and day difference. Now I can tell you right now that by putting some of that cream cheese and that barbecue rub down into the sausage itself, it made for a much more flavorful meat filling. Now the bacon is perfect. It is not hard. It's just on the verge of crispiness, and that manicotti shell is nice and soft. So you can bite right through that, no problem. Hands down, those are absolutely delicious, and they're 10 times better than my last recipe. So if you're looking for a good barbecue appetizer and you thought about trying shotgun shells or you tried my other shotgun shells, this one here, this deluxe version of my shotgun shell recipe is the bomb. You need to try it. You need to follow the recipe exactly like I did. Finished up in about an hour and 15 minutes or so, and it's worth every second of your investment. If you like this video and you like this shotgun shell recipe, then I suggest you try this video right here.